Hi everybody, I'm here to report on yesterday's 3-0 win for Rangers at Dens Park. And I must say, this was our most comfortable away win of the season. I mean, that wouldn't be hard. We've only beaten Livy in the 92nd minute so far, and Hibs won nothing. But this was easily the most comfortable game, probably, never mind away game, that we've had domestically, because we never really looked in any trouble. We controlled the game, we kept them well away from our goal. We scored 3 goals, obviously, and I think we had 10 shots on target out of 15, so that's better than normal. Usually we're lucky if we have half the shots we make on target, so this was 10 out of 15, so that was good. Dundee actually had 5 shots on target, but bar one, they were tame, weak, like pass backs almost to Butland. And ironically, the best save he made was like in the 2nd minute when Diamandi, as usual, did a ridiculous effort to tackle somebody and just bundled them over, gave him a free kick about 25 yards out. The guy really hit it well, and Big Jack had to dive and palm it away for a corner, so he saved us there. But Diamandi, he is hopeless when it comes to tackling. He's either getting himself booked or sent off or just giving away silly fouls. I mean, I wouldn't play him in the midfield whatsoever. He's just a liability, and he doesn't create anything or score goals either, so what's the point of him? So now, apart from that 2nd minute free kick, they did nothing else of any note, so it was a very comfortable game for us. And quite a few positives. Having said that, the main thing I would say is nobody played poorly, but nobody was outstanding. We were all competent, but at least for once we looked as if we all knew what we were doing. In defence, the tackling was better, sharper, the covering, the awareness of where the opponents were, shutting down space, pressing the opposition. All that was maybe the best I've seen this season, so that's good if that continues. Not just the defence, that could be said for the midfielders as well, even the forwards. They were closing down people and harassing them, so that was much better. We've still got a long way to go, obviously, but at least this is heading in the right direction, and with more coaching, hopefully from Danny, we might get it to be at the level it should be at, no matter who we're playing. So, comfortable victory, 3 good goals. First one, corner from the right, Tavernier. For once, a decent delivery into about 8 yards out. And Nicholas Raskin, as usual, he's good at this. He was on a pose right enough, but he jumped up quite high and nodded it into the net. Really nice header. So well done him to get the early goal to put us on the right footing after a kind of shaky opening 3-4 minutes. By 15th minute, we were 2-0 up. This was a good goal, great bit of passing from just inside their half. Came just outside the box to Danilo. He tried to get by the guy. It kind of bounced off the defender. Mikey Moore, who'd earlier taken part in the move, he was rushing on though. He took control of the ball and just fired in a beauty, a right foot shot low, just inside the left hand post. So great effort for him. That's his first goal. Let's hope he starts doing that more regularly, because that's what we need, more people able to score goals. So 2-0 up within 15 minutes. That's what any Rangers team should be doing against most of the domestic opposition. You have the game won early on, and then you can indulge in your passing it about and keeping possession, even if you don't get up the other end and threaten very much. It doesn't matter then, because the game's won. Preferably it should be 3-0 to do that, but two's good enough, as long as you don't slacken off and give up the pressing and the tackling and the covering and the running, which they've been prone to do too often when they have been playing well in the first half. So now 2-0 up, should have been 3. I wouldn't say it was unlucky. It was the right decision. I've heard podcasters saying Mikey Moore's goal shouldn't have been ruled out for offside against Diomande, but I've seen it a few times, and I'd be annoyed if that was given against us. I thought there might be a handball. I can't remember who shot, but it hit somebody in the arm or the hand or whatever. It was very quiet. You couldn't see it in amongst the crowd of players. I thought the VAR might have checked that first for a penalty, but obviously didn't. But Diomande was definitely standing in front of the goalkeeper, went between his legs. The goalie saved it, and I've heard podcasters saying, well, if he saved it, it could have been unsighted, so why is Diomande being penalised? But no, it was the right decision. He got to it, palmed it away. Mikey Moore came in from a tight angle on the left and fired it into the net. So a great finish from him. Just a pity. Diomande, totally unaware of where he should be. He's nowhere. He should be standing in front of the goalkeeper, so that was his fault. So it should have been 3-0, or could have been, but wasn't. So 2-0, good enough. Second half, we controlled it. They came into a bit more possession, about in the hour mark, I would say. But even so, substitutes like Asgard, he had a good shot from about 20 yards ago, had to get down and save. I think, who else had one? Gassama did his usual right through, hit it off the goalkeeper, so that was poor. But at least he made up for it near the end, the 89th minute or whatever, when he did his trademark out in the left, just outside the box, cutting into the right, on his right foot, and firing a beauty into the top right-hand corner. Brilliant goal. So he made up for his misses, but I wish he would practice being 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and taking it round him or chipping it over him rather than firing it right at him. We've had enough players through the years that can only do that, just hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Drossers being the main culprit there. So practice that and we might get quite a few more goals in the course of the season. So 3-0, decent result, what we deserved. Can't think of anything else to say. It was just a very comfortable game, not exciting, but not dreadful. Nothing to moan about for a change, so that was good. So it's just another step in the right direction. So let's hope we can keep it going. We've got a 2-week gap for the internationals. Chance for the head coach, as I should call him, to drill the players even better, get them knowing what they should be doing, etc. Apart from the few who'll be away in international duty. Any injured players can get a chance to recover from that and be fit for the taxing spell that's coming up. Not the immediate one, because immediately we've got Livy at home, Braga at home, and Falkirk at home. Apart from the Braga game, the 2 league games should be easy wins if we're continuing in this course, so that could make it 5 league wins in a row. So that's a bit of momentum if we can keep it going, because December is going to be murder. That'll be the real test when we're away at the likes of Kelly, Hearts, Celtic, Aberdeen, Hibs. No, not Hibs, we've got them at home. So December is going to be really tough, so we can't afford to slip up in the next 2 home games in November against poor opposition, and I don't think we will. I'm hoping it'll be 3-4-5-0 in these 2 games, so I'm actually looking forward to going back in a couple of weeks. So let's hope this isn't a false dawn and the team is going in the right direction and won't just revert to what they were like in the first 2-3 months of the season. Upwards and onwards, and maybe for once that'll be true.